Hello, everyone. Hi, how are you guys doing? Welcome back to another episode of The Expanse Reaction. This is Road Live, and my name is Matt. And we are ready to watch the finale for season 4 of The Expanse. Dramatic glasses, putting up the glasses. Okay, because this is the finale, yes. It's episode 10 of season 4 of The Expanse, and that is, as of right now, all the expense that we have in the form of the show. Novels are way ahead, but in the form of the show, this is as much as we got. So once I watch this, I'm gonna be caught up with everyone. That said, the season 5 is airing, I believe, on December 16th. Today is November 12th when I'm recording this right now, so a little bit over a month from now, there's gonna be season 5. And I've been told it is gonna come out in the sense of 3 episodes, just initially, and then once a week. And this is what I've decided I'm gonna do. And you guys should know this ahead of time so nobody can ask what I'm gonna be doing. But as soon as I'm done with this season of The Expanse, I'm gonna start watching Dark season 3. That is a show a couple of people have asked. A couple of people that even watched The Expanse have showed interest in Dark season 3 because I already watched seasons 1 and 2. And I'm gonna go back to Dark and I'm gonna watch that. However, Dark is only, well, season 3 of Dark is only 8 episodes long, which means that as soon as I'm done with Dark season 3, I'm gonna come back to The Expanse season 5, which means I'm gonna be a month late to season 5 of The Expanse, but I'm gonna get there while it's airing. So it's still gonna be somewhat relevant. I'm just gonna be a couple episodes behind, but I'm gonna be fine. So it's gonna be only like 6 episodes behind of everyone. That's fine. People aren't even gonna be watching the finale by the time it started, so it's gonna be fine. So the way it's going to be, if I make my calculations correct, I'm looking at my Windows calendar right now, and so this is gonna be airing for YouTube people. Let's go by the YouTube people. This episode should be airing on Saturday, 21 November, right? Which means Dark season 3 episode 1 is gonna be on the 28th. 2 would be December 5, 3, 12, 4, 19, 5, 26, 6, 2, January 2. Um, this was the 6th one, right? 7 on the 9th and 8 on the 16th. So January 16th, a month after The Expanse season 5 starts, I'm gonna be done with Dark, which means that on the January 23rd, I'm gonna be starting season 5 of The Expanse. Okay, so I'm just letting everyone know that that's how we're gonna be doing then, so people don't come asking me, hey, when are you watching The Expanse? It's airing right now. The answer is a month from that point. But I'm doing it. Don't worry about it. I'm doing it. I just have a lot of my backlog. I don't have a lot of time to watch the show. So as soon as something opens, I'm gonna take the chance. And Dark has been there for a while now. So as soon as The Expanse season 4 is over, so next week after this video, we're doing Dark, and then after Dark, we're doing this season 5 again. I feel like that is the best we can do for everybody. So, and then after season 5 is done, I have no fucking clue. I'm gonna make a poll or whatever. But for the time being, this is what we have. So, The Expanse. What happened last time on The Expanse? Season 4, episode 9. Yeah. We had a lot of. Yeah, it was mostly just or entirely focused on. Yeah, it was entirely focused on the Rosy crew, except that they were split, but it was mostly focused on that, and a lot of fucking dumb shit happened. So, okay, Miller came back, and he's like, yo, I'm actually Miller, not the investigator, I'm actually Miller, and I'm always wrestling with the investigator in order to take control, and they never allow me to do it, but this time I have, so yeah, fuck that shit. So anyway, I'm gonna go to like the center of the planet with you, and hopefully we can find like an off switch for the planet. Yeah. So we'll do that, and hopefully after that you guys can escape. Sure. Um, after they decide to do that, the scientist lady comes after Holden and goes like, "Yo, I'm coming with you," and Holden is like, "No." So she doesn't. But then she goes back, and Mercury and Wei, that was her name, yeah. Mercury and Wei ask her, "Yo, where's Holden?" She is intimidated by this because otherwise they're probably gonna kill her, and she's a terrible liar. So she tells them, and then she goes and tells Amos, "Yo, Mercury and Wei are coming after Holden to kill him at the center of the planet or whatever." So then she takes Amos with her to the same place Holden was in. So Mercury and Wei wait for Amos to come in, and Wei tries to appeal to Amos's, I want to say humanity, but more like his greed side of things. Just like, yo, we can just have a shitty day, but after this, after we kill your friend, we can all get money. Or whatever that was about. She was also like, "You don't want to kill me," which I suppose it's true, but Amos was just like, "Listen, if you don't get out of my way, I will shoot you. I will get through you." And he did. He shot Wei, and they've said she's dead. I'm not sure, but let's go by yeah, she's dead. She, before dying, before falling, she shot a shot at Amos and hit him in the leg, which got him like distracted or whatever. He was like, "Oh shit!" And then Mercury from behind me took another shot at him, and it hit on his hand, specifically the hand he was holding the gun with, and it hit like at least this finger, maybe this one too. So now then he was just like this, and it was the right hand too. And I talk about permanent damage, but I was like, there could be like finger prosthetics. There could be, because there were like hand prosthetics or whatever. And also somebody pointed out, yeah, they regrew was the drummer's spine or whatever. I know she has like implants or something, but they were talking about regrowing her spine at the very least. So that is possible. I'm not sure if you can regrow fingers, but at least there has to be something they could do for Amos to still be like, maybe not 100% capable, but 90% capable. You know, something to replace those fingers with. But yeah, he took that. And then the scientist lady, I still don't know her name. And I don't think anyone has told me her name. Maybe they have, but in the past, and I forgot, and I didn't write it down. Maybe I did, but I don't know what I wrote down, because I'm not very specific with my very, very messy TXT. In the pilot episode, an ice holder's arm was chopped off by a big chunk of ice, and Shed, still alive then, it didn't last very long, mentioned the possibility of regrowing it. So, yeah, somebody pointed that out, and that I suppose you can regrow fingers then. So maybe Amos is gonna be okay unless he dies, but maybe he's gonna be okay. So here's the other thing: is that okay, the scientist lady, still don't know her name. She might be dead. She went after Holden. She left Marjorie and Amos behind while they were doing their shootout, and she got to Holden, and at this point, Holden and Miller were talking, and Miller was like, "Okay, here's my plan. I'm gonna throw myself into like that orb." I'm not sure if he said he was gonna do it, or if he just wanted to be as close as he could to it. But he was like, "Okay, I'm gonna throw myself into it, and I'm gonna like become the planet or whatever, and I'm gonna shoot everything off, and hopefully I'll die, and also hopefully you guys will be able to get out of this." So I like that we got Miller back, because that's the thing, is that like this entire time, like, while not fully exactly explain what it was, I was just like, that isn't really Miller. That is like Miller's persona dumped into like an AI, right? With like his quirks and like the things he said and his memories. So to a degree, it is Miller, but it's mostly just an AI. It's not exactly Miller. What we got was actually Miller now. What we got was actually fully 100% Miller. Not just an AI wearing his skin and his like consciousness. It was actually Miller's consciousness. Actually, Miller's mind was absorbed by the pro molecule, and now it came back, and there you go. This is Miller. And I like that we actually got Miller back. Like, I'm not sure if I like talked about that very much previous episode, but I like, the more I think about it, I'm like, that's so cool that we brought back like one of the two main characters from like season 1. and have a season 2, like book 1, right? Like, I understand that we've had the investigator for like a season and a half by this point, but like, it's not really a character. I mean, kind of, but not. It's an AI wearing Miller's skin, and I always felt that way. Previous episode was just like, no, that's Miller. He's actually Miller. He not only looks like Miller and says shit like Miller, but feels like Miller. Feels like a person, and I love that. I love it so much. I think that is such a cool thing to have. Just have both main characters here, just hanging out. And one of them has been dead for like 2.5 seasons. Fuck yeah, this is great. So he's like, I'm gonna throw myself into like rover, and I'm gonna like crawl into the sun and die, and hopefully that will free the planet. Sure. Holding has to leave because he has to go and save Amos, because of course he has. He's Oldham. And the scientist lady stays in that room, and she tries to help Miller get into the sun. Then Miller got attacked by the planet itself. But then he came back and he was like, well, it's difficult for me to move. So then the lady had to manually just drag him into it. Then Holden had I wanted to say like a Western shootout with Mercury, but not really. By the way, my guy Burn Gorman, shout outs to him. I love that I get to watch this and Torchwood simultaneously. I really love that. I really love that I get to have the full Burn Gorman experience. I think he's also in like Game of Thrones. I haven't watched Game of Thrones. I low-key want to watch Game of Thrones just because I know that it sucks at the end, and I kind of want to know what that's about. I kind of want to know how bad it sucks. I wouldn't watch it to enjoy it. I would watch it to make fun of it. But anyway, so I Burn Gorman was great. Murcher was great in that previous episode. He was just like, people like me, we are the colonizers. We bring civilization with us, you know? You should wait until I build a fucking post office. It was such a like bad guy thing to say, and I really enjoyed it. I really love that. But yes, so Holden shoots him. I don't exactly know where, but somewhere around here maybe. And then he fell, and his gun fell into an endless pit or whatever. So Mercury lost, and then Holden had the possibility to just kill him right there. And then he was like, "No, I'm gonna bring you home." And they're gonna sentence you. You're gonna go on a trial or whatever. You know, the lawful good thing to do. Holden thing to do. Then he goes back to Miller, and he gets there just in time to see Miller and the lady fall into the eye of Sauron simultaneously, because she was like dragging him into it, and then she like tripped or whatever, and they both fell. So yes. We'll see what that is about. Also, the entire planet lit up with some energy or whatever, you know, not only the entire building, but like the entire planet. But the entire planet is actually the construct, so everything really, and you could see it from space. It was great. So there you go. That's what happened previous episode. Also, the Rosie got shot by the was it the Airward Prince, whatever the name of that ship was. So that shit, they got shot by it, with the bomb shuttle that Mercury made. And then they had to destroy it, but then to hit the thing, and then it sent Lucia flying, and then Naomi went after her and saved her, and that was really it. Oh, and then they shot a shot with the Rosie in order to like give the Rosie like spin force in order to correct themselves after they hit him, because they couldn't waste any fuel. And there you go. That's what happened previous episode. This was a long ass recap. It's fine though, because it's the finale. You're gonna stick here. Like it or not. Well, you can just skip. By the way, I don't know if you can tell, but I always put like a timer, like a timestamp in the description, and that is the reaction start. So if you don't want to hear to me talk all this dumb shit, and you don't want to like search where the reaction actually starts, it's always in the timestamp, because I know that some people just don't want to hear this shit. They just want to get here to the reaction. So timestamp is always there, so just go for it. It's down there. But anyway, I think we're ready. So yeah, let's just stop delaying. Let's get into it. The Expanse, Season 4, Episode 10, Cibola Burn finale. Let's go. All right, yeah, sure. Okay. Now the planet powered down. What happened? Okay, they didn't get sucked into it. Works.
Yes! We're good to go.
Yes!
Amos, yeah. You okay, buddy?
Cap, I'm a little messed up.
I can see that. And they saved the ore too.
We did it.
The episode just started though. Abandoned asteroid mine in the belt. Ashford. Yeah, Ashford plotline. He was after Marco Inara, so is he gonna die? Ooh, that's a form of torture.
He was not supposed to do that.
Guess he's not the chain of command type.
Hey, you might as well keep this as a souvenir.
Yeah, well, Mars ain't what it used to be.
Yeah, that is the Martian mentality nowadays.
He is smart, he is brave, yes, very brave, but also very naive because he believes that violence is the only way to get what he feels is his due.
Got a lot of company there.
Violence is indiscriminate. If you use it as a tool, it will do more than just kill your enemies. Sometimes it will kill the ones you love most.
That is a really good series of lines by my boy Ashford here. Oh, he's gonna free himself with the pliers. Back to Gunny. I said previous episode, maybe we'll just solve everything real quick with the Rosie people, and then we'll just switch back to every single bloodline we haven't solved.
Fuck.
You were following him too. You don't trust him either.
Find much about Beltran in the public record.
Me neither.
So I trailed him to the Naval Logistics office in New Londres. He's a desk jockey. Eastside knows what he's doing.
No, he wants this score so bad it's clouding his judgment. Low risk, lots of money. It's way too good to be true.
You really think it's a setup? Yes. The customs agent in the salvage yard. He was shaking me down to try and renegotiate his cut. He got physical, so I did too. He took a bad tumble and that was it. I never meant to kill him.
Okay, just laying on the ground that she's not actually the worst person in the universe. At least that's what she says. Just so she can have plausible deniability and make us feel bad when she inevitably dies later on this episode.
The bleeding is under control, but he's going to need regrowth gel as soon as possible.
Okay, regrowth gel. We just have that in the future, I suppose.
It was more like I felt it.
Yeah, Holden did too.
I could feel the spaces between things. Something was there.
Every time I go through the ring. Yeah, exactly.
You're not crazy.
That weird ghost shit that comes every time you go through the ring that I wasn't sure was a thing until they started talking about it.
Don't kill him while I'm gone.
It's a tough order, Cap.
Oh, he has it coming.
I know, but it's important to me.
Oh shit. Alright, okay, the layer of the planet just disappeared and now it's all the construct.
He is not only himself, he is everyone who cares for him. Huh?
So don't
Does
just
he
kill
have a son
people.
or a daughter who would seek revenge? Or a father who works in the yards where your ship is repaired? Maybe a lover, huh? Who grows food for your stocks? Yes, show your strength, but then show them a smile. And most will give you what you want. Marco knows this. It's what makes him so dangerous.
I like Ashford a lot, which is why I'm worried.
He's planning an attack. Yes, with slag asteroids. Maybe throw them.
Okay.
Yes, throw them at Tycho and even Ceres. Revenge against Fred Johnson, Anderson Dawes for what they tried to do to him. All with the help of Mars.
How does any of that help Mars?
That's a good question.
Yeah, he's killed the dude with the pliers. Well, and he's dead. Well, now we don't know. They're regrowing his fingers. Fuck yeah.
I got the chance to remake myself, redeem myself. You see, I won't get that chance.
They're gonna help Lucia out somehow.
The way she got thrown out of the Rossi and into space. Despite your best efforts to save her.
They're gonna fake her death.
I'll make sure to note that in my report.
They're gonna fake her death.
Back through the ring so the Belters can sell their ore. Afterwards,
I'm worried for Gunny too. For a molecule working group. Wait,
Looks like a cardiac arrest. Do a toxic.
someone's dead. Who's dead? Was that the dude? The dude that we were super suspicious of? Okay, Gunny came here last second at the deal.
Eastside, it's an ambush!
Well, they all got shot. Well, he's already dead. Lily's kicking. Lily's alive.
What the fuck? Get out of here! Now!
Get out. You're a kid. You're a dumb teenager. You don't know any better. I suppose Gunny will take care of this. I don't know what the fuck she's doing here. Here comes a grenade. Yeah, it's a bomb. Fucking run. Girl, run. That's clearly a bomb. It has to be a big one. Woo! I think she's fine. Oh, but... yeah. You're gonna vacuum, girl. Run as best you can, girl. She didn't leave. Well...
We were all supposed to be dead. That was the plan from the start.
Whose plan? Not Beltran's. They killed him too.
okay, yeah.
There was stealth tech in those containers. The Belters must have had help from someone high up
Enough on the food chain to get through restricted military space. Good luck.
Wait,
She's gonna get in contact with Abbasarella,
I'm
isn't
sorry I got you into all this.
Don't be.
she?
At least now I've
I
got
like
something
this.
to do.
Okay, I like you. I like your change of heart. You survived. I cannot believe everything worked out.
Bye. We love you.
This is a good... It's a good resolution to that. And I like that Alex is like, yep. I helped bring this family together.
It would be nice to
That's
get rid of the prime molecule.
That's the paramolecule the Miller's still holding about. Just like, hey, there's some shit in the Rosie. Oh shit, really?
Last thing I said to Miller was that rain doesn't taste like anything.
That was so dumb, but it was
What
very
would
on
you
brand.
say if you had another chance?
You were right about everything.
Oh,
You warned us.
these are the
Charging
words.
through the doors anyway. If we have any chance at surviving what comes next, it'll be because of you.
I like this.
Rest in peace, brother.
I like that. From one main character to another. Are they good? Is it good?
Yeah, it looks good.
Oh shit, it looks good.
Test it out right now.
Do you want to hold on for a second? They look red and shit. Marco and ours with 10 million. Yep.
A long time ago, we made a bargain. I upheld my end. And now it's your turn.
What?
I need you to help me find someone.
Your son.
His name is Philip Inaros.
Yep.
The suspense is killing me.
You made me kill Wei.
Mm.
I liked Wei.
Never mind. Oh my god.
Thank you.
That looks really bad. Alright, he's gonna beat him to death. Ah, she's the next Secretary General. Alright.
Luna might be nice. We haven't had a vacation together since... When did we go to Titan?
It might be better if I stayed.
Come with me.
What do you
Please.
feel? She's really asking for you to go.
You should go alone.
And he really doesn't want to. Why though? I mean, I can infer a couple things, but like, I want him to just tell me. Alright, by the way, Mercury's fucking dead. I almost killed him after Holden told him not to.
If there is anything I can offer that will help, any wisdom I can pass on, it is this. Work we do here is critical, but it is not all that we are. Don't forget the rest of yourself while you do this.
Like you did.
Your time will end too, and you will want a life to return to once this is done.
Whew.
As for policy, we disagree. One of us is wrong.
We'll get to see
I
which
think
one.
it's you,
But
but I hope it's me.
I like that. I think it's you, but I hope it's me. That's really good.
Ma'am,
Yes!
I know we didn't leave on the best terms, but you're Assuming your offer to work together is still open, I accept.
I mean, she just lost her chair, but
Your
okay.
timing sucks.
Alright, yeah, it does kind of suck. But, you're still a powerful ally, Krishna Basarala. You're still like an elite unit. Like, if you're in a video game, you're still an important character, BIP. They actually got...
All hands, we are under
It's actually
attack.
him.
Prepare to
Okay.
repel borders.
Please, Ashford, don't die. Please. What if, like, the sun is here, Philip? I feel like the climax of this season is just gonna be this. Ashford and Marcos. Which means that one of them is gonna die. Please don't be Ashford. Yo! That's so good! That was so clean! Dead. Final 1v1, and Ashford's gonna die. It's not a kill wound, shit! Someone's gonna get Ashford from behind while he has... Just do it!
Well, not just.
It's the sun. Fuck, it's Philip. He's gonna kill Ashford. This sucks. They're gonna space him.
You do know, Marco, that throwing rocks at Tycho or Ceres will do little to harm the enemy.
That's not what it's gonna do. It's gonna do something else.
The only real victims there would be Belters. Those days are over now.
You still don't see it.
What is he gonna do?
Don't see what?
Can't even imagine it. This has always been a problem for our kind. Die in darkness. But not now.
He's not gonna tell him. See you, Ashford. You were my favorite for a while.
To the execution dock have come Tilly go to the execution block for to sail. I was sick and nigh to death, but I vowed with my every breath, forego with wisdom's way when I say.
And he ran out of breath. He recorded all that, didn't he? He must send a message. To who, though? And now what is he gonna do? What is his fucking master plan? I don't know why we even, like, went into the ship in order to try assassinating, like, a BIP. Was to just destroy the entire ship? Just fuck it. It would have killed Philip, but at this point I don't care. What are they gonna do with this? Asteroid spotter?
We learned a lot about their capabilities from the ship by a true attack.
Earth?
Enough to pick trajectories to minimize risk of detection.
Oh!
But
He's
even
just
our best
one...
instruments are barely able to penetrate Martian stealth tech.
That's it. That's what it all comes together. An asteroid is just gonna fuck the planet. What is it going to do? No. There are no after credits. There's no after credits. Fuck you. You cannot end the season there. You cannot end the season there. Because what's gonna happen is that discussion bit. Like what's gonna happen now is that like next season has to start with like a time skip or immediately afterwards. If it's immediately afterwards, then yeah, because they did shoot it. That was like the last thing they did. You could actually see them shooting it, right? Releasing it. So if it's immediately afterwards, then okay, that would be great. I want the next season to just start immediately after this. But Holden and the Rosic aren't even in like, aren't even close. Well, I suppose they could. Actually, no, they could be setting this up so the next season starts immediately afterwards. Because it's gonna be like, oh shit, I must just kill Merchant. It's like, oh, Christian Farrell is like, oh yeah, we're changing governments. And it's like, oh shit, the planet's fucked. It's, And it's like, yeah, but she got this information from Gunny that she... Okay. And they're gonna get the message from Ashford, and it's gonna be like, yo, this is happening. Like, it feels like a lot is happening simultaneously, and we need to solve that right now. This is the final episode. That's it. Yeah, that's it. There's no episode 11. This is it. So, is Prime Video lying to me? Dude, okay, so unless the 4th book wasn't adapted in its entirety into this, I don't know, because I'm trying to picture what is first episode of season 5 gonna be like. What is it gonna be like? It has to be either immediately afterwards, just like, oh, this shit is happening, or there's gonna be a time skip, which is what I would assume from the Expanse, and the time skip is gonna be like, I don't know, man, like a couple weeks, couple months, whatever, and it's gonna be like, this shit happened, and now, I don't know, Australia's gone. Probably not. Probably, okay, so how big would that be? So, it's big enough to be able to be carried by like a ship. So it has to be like as big as how big would a ship be? Like, let's say that rock is as big as like couple houses. More, actually, more than a couple houses. But wouldn't that get burned off on the atmosphere? I suppose it's not gonna, otherwise it would be pointless. They wouldn't just do that. But it would like lose some of its properties in the atmosphere, which means that something's gonna hit, and it might be small. But the thing is that anything hitting from space is going to cause severe damage. Thing is, what kind of damage we're talking here? Because like it could just straight up destroy the entirety of the American continent. And I don't mean America as in like the country. I mean America as in like the continent. So like North America, South America, all of that could be gone. Could just all of Australasia could just be gone, right? Or just the entirety of Europe and some part of Asia. It's just pretty fucking big. So, but like I feel like, I don't know, like 20% of the planet at least could be fucked if it did that shit. Maybe I'm thinking too big. Maybe it could just be like a city, like a metropolis, like a big city could just be gone, right? Because thing is that like I feel like Christian Passerelle is still a character, so it's not gonna be like, okay, she's just dead now. Like, I don't think it would be that. Well, maybe it wouldn't just destroy the entire thing. It would just cause like massive losses in whatever city it lands, right? So that's why they sent the ship there. In order to test their capabilities so they could learn a work around it. And then they just disguised everything with this the Martian stealth tech that Ghani got for them. And that, there you go. It's all solved, it's all connected. Okay, cool. Sure. I like that it all came together finally last second. So they kill my boy Ashford. I said it like 2 episodes ago. I was like, they might kill him because he's going after Marco and Aros, and I suppose the tension would be Marco like fighting the Rosie crew, not Ashford. As much as I love Ashford, he's not a main character. But they killed him off. Fuck that shit, man. Like I do like that they like paid respect to his death. Right? I do like that. I do like that they gave him this entire moment, and it was very silent, and he hit the thing, and then he went off just singing to his last breath. And he died. That was pretty good. I did like that. I did enjoy that a lot. That was fun, fantastic. But like it's not a sad death, right? It's not treated as a sad death. the show can be directed and written in such a way that it can be sad if they want to make you sad. This was not that. It was just like a good, just respectful, and he's gone. So I just hate it. So okay, so I'll say that kudos to them for not making Philip kill Ashford, because if Philip had shot Ashford and killed him, I would have been like, this kid is irredeemable. Like, there's no way you can save this character. I would have been like, because like they are clearly setting it up. So in the future, it's like, okay, we're gonna take on Marco, we're gonna kill him, we're gonna fuck him up, either kill him or just like put him on trial and castrate him, whatever. Just whatever. Marco has to go. And we're gonna rescue Philip, and we're gonna be like, your dad was a piece of shit. He put a bunch of weird, dumb ideals into your brain. This is not the way. I'm your mom. Please listen to me. Please come back to me. I miss you. And your father made me kill like 350 innocent people or whatever. He's a dick. Please understand, right? We're clearly trying to like fuck over Marco, kill him, and save Philip. That's where this is going. If Philip had killed Ashford, just shot him, I would have been like, okay, I don't care about saving this kid anymore. You know? I understand he's been brainwashed, and I understand that he means a lot to Naomi, and I understand that we all want to save him, and that would be the good thing to do, right? But emotionally, I would not be able to become invested in his rescue, because I would have been like, that's the bitch that killed Ashford, and Ashford's the goat. I love him. And that bitch killed him, so fuck that kid, you know? So kudos to the writers, either of the novel or of the show, for being able to recognize, okay, if he had just shot him, he would be redeemable, right? Because I feel like that, I thought that that's what he was gonna do, and then he didn't, and I was like, okay, thank God, because otherwise, fuck this kid forever, right? Because Ashford's the best. Like, Ashford is like actually the best character in the show. Like, so far, we've seen all of Ashford now. He's probably the best character in the show. Is anyone else that like fucking Prax was great, Gunn is pretty good, Christian is pretty good. Alex is okay. Amos is pretty good too. I like Amos. Yeah. I think that's it. Is there anyone else? I forgot her name. It's not fucking Martha. What was her name? The blonde angelical priest woman that did no bad. Right? That one. Was it? No, it wasn't like Angela. That would have been too on the nose. What was her name? The blonde lady. The really nice blonde lady that was in seasons 2 and 3. Half of season... No, like half of book 2 and all of book 3. What was her name? She was great. She was like the best, and I completely forgot her name. I'm sorry, it's been like a full season. It's been so long, and I have peanut memory. But she was also the best. She might be the best character in the show, actually. Sorry, I forgot about her. But it's like her, it's Prax, and then it's Ashford, right? Drummer's really good, too. Drummer is fantastic, right? I like Drummer. She's a badass. She takes no shit. But Ashford really fit that archetype of like a character that's been through a lot of shit, and he's old, and he's a little bit grumpy, but like he has reasons to be like that, and he's not really evil. He's not good. He's not like a goody two shoes, but he genuinely tries to do what's best. He genuinely tries to follow the rules. He's a very lawful character, right? If Holden's lawful good, this guy's lawful neutral. Or he could be lawful good too, actually. Like he has good intentions. He tries to do everything for the greater good. And there was a scene here where he went to like the Martian prisoner, and that didn't come back. The Martian prisoner shit, that didn't come back. He was just like, so one of the belt dudes was like pulling teeth from him as an interrogation shit or torture. And Ashford was like, all right, that was pointless. We shouldn't have done that. I'm sorry. He shouldn't have done that. And then he explains his mentality to this dude, just being like, and also to his people, to the Bell people. He was like, show your strength, but also show them your smile. And then they will be able to cooperate with you. And Marco understands this, which makes him dangerous, right? I'm sorry. I just remember there was that one scene where Ashford just came in, just like the door exploded and he came in like a bullet and he just shot both people just like pow pow. It was the most Matrix shit I've seen in this fucking show. It was so good. It was so clean. You know, like it's fine that he died in this episode because he was like at his peak. Like he was the best. He was the absolute best. He did the coolest shit ever. That's like the coolest shit anyone has ever done in this show, right? The other thing would be Amos when he's like he's like he's not the guy who's gonna do this shit to you. I'm the guy who's gonna do this shit to you. You know, whatever happened like 1.5 seasons ago, that was great. But like this rivals that in level of cool. So, and I like that he did that, and then he showed him like his face, and he was like, "Yeah, it's Sasha. I'm an old man, and I just fucking destroyed both of you, bitches." He was fantastic. So yeah, the fact that he died in this episode, it's like, it's fine, I'll take it, because he was like at his peak. It was like at its highest. Ashford's never been this cool. He's always been cool, and he will continue to be cool. But all right, he's gone now. Can I get an F in the comments or in the chat or whatever for my boy Ashford? Because he was definitely one of the best characters in the show to me. He was one of my favorites, and I'm gonna miss him. I think it was fucking dope. I think it was great, and it's gonna be missed. But now, Drummer's gonna be like, those sons of bitches Marco Inaro's pussy ass motherfucker kill this old guy that I really liked, and I was gonna have a drink with him. So now Drummer and Naomi and Fred are all gonna come together, and they're gonna be like, we're gonna beat him up, that motherfucker. And also we're gonna save that Philip kid, I suppose. Because Drummer also still cares. This is a really weird situation. Because now we learn that the kid has actually been brainwashed by Marco Inaros, by the way. He's actually... It makes sense. Because Marco Inaros, first of all, is your dad. So he's like your entire basis as a person is your family. You didn't have your mom, who's like the only decent person in your life. You're left with your dad, who's a terrorist, extremist, 50 passive charisma lying motherfucker, who is essentially using this kid as a project, just like, okay, I have the ability to exert all of my will into this empty mind. And so from birth, I'm gonna turn this person into a soldier that would do anything for me, right? And believes everything I tell him to do. So that's what he did. It's a total, like, sociopathic, like, psychopath, whatever. Same shit. Probably not the same, but I remember looking that up at some point. Whatever. Yeah, it wasn't even in the show. It was with Mercury. By the way, Mercury's fucking dead. Anyway, so that kid, absolutely, that is what I 100% believe Marco did. He said, I'm gonna have a kid just so I can fuck with him. Just so I can, like, dump all of my, like, will and beliefs and everything into him, so then I can use them in any way I see fit. That is a completely Marco Inaros thing to do. I totally believe that's what he did. And that's what we're seeing him here. So now we're gonna have to try and save this kid from everything Marco did, which is his entire life. This is gonna be difficult. Yeah, this is gonna be really difficult. And also Drummer's gonna be in this conflict where she's gonna be like, these two bitches kill Ashford, but that kid is the girl I like's son, and I promise I'll do anything for her because I love her. And the only thing she cares more in the world is that kid, so I have to save that kid. So there's conflict that we're heading in that distance, in that direction. That's great. Anyway, so the Gunny plotline, right? Gunny plotline. Okay, I like that we turned Lily into a real character, right? Because the entire time, Lily has just been like a prick. She's just been an asshole. She's just been like, well, if you don't want the money, just get out of here, loser. You know, like she had that attitude to her. And it was like, why are you being so dumb? And then in this episode, it's like, no, she's actually not that dumb. She's just investigating. I don't trust this guy either. So they did some investigation and they compare notes. But at the end, she still decided, you know what? I'm still going to go for the money. Because I'm a gold digger, you see. So she just went for the money. And then the other guy, I forgot his name. He didn't get a single line this episode. He was just there and he died. But it's the bald guy, right? The bald guy who is leading the operation. He's being clouded by his judgment. We learned that previous episode. And Gani is like, no, like, really, like, he's not being smart here. And neither are you. She could have snitched on them. She didn't. But that's a weird thing. Because it's like Gani actually got close to these people. Working with them doing illegal shit made her care for these people. So now she's just like, shit, I gotta save them. So she goes after them. She goes to look out after them after she sees that the dude has been assassinated. And it's like, whoever is up in the high command, they assassinated this person. This dude was just a pawn. And then those people are also pawns, you know? Lily and Gunny and all those shit. So, okay. They go for the meeting. They were about to get ambushed and killed. And Gunny shows up and she's like, saves them. Well, she saves them from the guy that was behind them. But then they get shot from the front. So, the bald dude, he dies, like, almost instantly. The other people that they were with also died instantly. The only one that survived was Lily. Apparently, she was basically unscathed. Like, she didn't get shot or anything, I don't think. So, she survived. Gunny also got there and, well, she didn't get shot. Then she went after the people that were taking the thing that they stole from Argonaros. And then Gunny... And then Gunny has to run away from the bomb that they set for her. And the bomb fucks the entire building. She manages to run away and survive. She takes Lily with her. Lily was mourning the loss of the bald dude. What? Did Lily have a thing for the dude? Because I'm getting the feeling she might have. Girl, she was like 20 years older than you. Like, girl, you gotta let that shit go. Well, maybe she was looking for a father figure. Maybe she has daddy issues. She could. But anyway, so the thing is, so they leave and then they see this entire thing, and then Lily is like, we gotta get out of here. I knew someone in Sirius, they can like give me a house or whatever. It's like, no. You can go there, you go over there, you be safe. I have other plans. Gunny goes and sends a message to Christian Abasarala and goes like, okay, ma'am, I need your help, and whatever job offer you have, like, I think I might take it because, like, I discovered this crazy ass shit. And that is exactly as Christian lost the election, and then she's like, well, shit, I have no power anymore, so nothing I can do about what Gunny sent here. I mean, she still has some power, probably. Like, she did have a position before she became the president. So maybe she can still retain her position to a degree, and maybe she could still help. We'll see. Maybe she won't. I don't know what's going to happen with her. Maybe they will all be dead because of the meteor that's coming for them. We'll see. I have no idea. Like, if I was Marco Naros, I would target the White House. So maybe she'll just instantly die. We'll see. Anyway, so... yeah, because, like... yeah, because Nancy Gao is on Luna. So if Nancy Gao becomes relevant, she's not gonna die for the meteor. Yeah, okay. Whatever. So point is, I don't know where I'm going with this. I just remember. What episode was it? Someone told me there was a Half-Life reference in this episode. She's looking at names. Freeman G. There it is. That's the reference. Freeman G. That's it. That's him. That's my boy Gordon. Gordon Freeman. He's here. He's real. He's canon in the Expanse universe. Doesn't say Gordon, but I'll take it. I'll take that as a Half-Life reference. Not sure if it was. Not sure if it was intended, but sure, I'll get that. So, Gordon Freeman is canon in the Expanse universe. So that's what happened after Half-Life Episode 2. By the way, there was a leaked script, like a leaked, not script, but like the basis of the story that they never told of Half-Life Episode 3 that Mark Laidlaw made. And it seemed like there's no winning the Empire, the combined Empire or whatever. And Gordon was just gonna get teleported across space or whatever, and that was it. So maybe he teleported to the future, and he became a character in the Expanse, in the background. He's there. I want him to grow the ponytail back. That would be dope. Anyway, play Half-Life. It's a good game. Black Mesa specifically. Black Mesa is the remake of Half-Life 1, and it's really good. And then play Half-Life 2. That one is even better, actually. Anyway, so that aside, yeah, what I don't know what else to talk about, man. Ashford died. I mean, yeah, I know I have to talk about the Rosy Crew, but like Ashford died, so that part of the plot is there. Gunny and Christian and Mark Renaris and yeah, I suppose we just go back to the Rosy Crew. That's the only thing left to talk about, I suppose. So that was pretty much it. Like, so the scientist lady and Miller fell into the eye of Sauron, and the scientist lady just came out just completely safe, unscathed. She was just fine. Nothing happened to her. She just felt shit. Like Holden. Holden, whenever like he stared into the eye of the abyss or whatever that happened previous season. And also every time he goes to the ring, he feels something coming for him, right? Like the mentors or whatever, right? I didn't even think that was a thing initially. And then when they started mentioning, I was like, okay, that is a thing that happens. But, so, the scientist lady felt that as well. So that's good that came back, because the scientist lady was one of those people. She was like, I'll do anything to experience some of what you get to experience, you know, because she's a very curious person. Guess what? She got that. And it was freaky as fuck for her, but it seems like now she's doing fine. So that is really good. It's really, and she's gonna stay on Ilus in order to keep like testing and shit and like exploring and, you know, knowing what the fuck is up with that planet alongside the Belters. They're all gonna stay. And they're all gonna cooperate because now Merch is done. Merch is not gonna kill any more people. Lucia is also not gonna kill any more people. Those people that did the bad shit with Lucia, they're also not gonna kill any more people because they're dead. Merch killed them. So I guess the problem solved itself. Lucia, I suppose they're gonna just fake Lucia's death and she's gonna stay on the planet because she was just hanging there with the family. Yeah, she was hanging there with the dad then. And then the kid went to Tycho or whatever. Okay, so that's what they're doing. So that's good. And I like that Alex was just staring at them being like, I brought a family together. You know, that is nice because that is Alex's theme the entire time. And when he was saving her life, he was like, please don't make me tell your family that I had to let you die. Just like, there's people waiting for you. You should always keep trying to do your best for them. And I like that Alex said this thing of like, what was it? Just like, you still have time to be honest and you should go and be that and express how you feel. Because like, but I lost my family and by the time that I got to express myself, it was too late. That's good. I like that. And I do like that, like, things that are said like that, cases like that, you can feel like the writer, whoever wrote that in the book or whatever, clearly had like moments in their life where they felt that way, you know, just like, and they just write that into this character, and it comes from a very real place. I like that. I love small dialogue like that. It's not that it matters that much, but it definitely comes from a real experience, and I enjoy that I can see that. So Holden brings Amos and Mercer in with the doctor, and then they just wait there for the Russell to pick them up. They do, and they just bring Mercer into the ship. And here's the thing, is that Holden told Amos, do not kill Mercer. This is important for me. And Amos said, all right. Then Murtry was just there in the, like, prison room, I suppose, and he was just sitting there, and Amos just came in, and he was like, "Yo, what's up?" And I like that Amos like asked him like, "Is your leg okay? And is it like healed?" And Murtry was like, "Why do you care?" And he was like, "Yeah, because I don't want to beat up someone that is not injured." I like that. It was a very Juska thing to do. I brought this before again on the Amos scene when he shot fucking Doctor Strangelove, whatever his name was. So it was the Josuke thing when he's fighting Highway Star. That is, yes, I'm talking about JoJo, not the show. Highway Star has come up several times now. But yeah, I'm not talking about that dude that just exploded. I'm talking about a dude that Josuke fought in JoJo Part 4 when he was like, "You wouldn't beat up an injured person, wouldn't it?" And Josuke was like, "Yeah, I healed you. Now I can beat you up." I like that. I like that a lot. So Amos says that, and the thing is that they just sit there and they essentially just stare at each other being like, "Okay, we're gonna fight, right?" Murtry is the one being the more aggressive because I don't think Amos would have actually fought him. Amos just said, "You made me kill Wei, and I like the Wei," which is a very like, "Shit, you're in a bad spot, buddy." And then Murtry landed the first punch. Murtry was like, "All right, so I suppose we're fighting. So the best thing I could do to ensure my chance of survival would be to land the first hit, so I can have an advantage in the fight that is about to happen, right?" He just punched Amos first, and then Amos just turned around and went, and he had like blood in his mouth because of the punch and everything, and he was just smiling in the creepiest way possible, just like a very vicious, like the eyes too. It was like, and then he said, "Thank you for doing that," because Amos was resisting his urge to just kill this guy. And then Murtry landed a punch. And then he was like, "All right, that gives me the excuse." And then we just got away from that. We never saw it again. So I want that entire room to just be covered in blood now. I don't want to see a Murtry body. I want to see several chunks of what used to be a body. And the entire room to just be painted in red, you know? And Amos just sitting in a corner, just smiling. That would be dope. I would like that. I would like that a lot. In Yakuza, there is a scene that is making me remember this. There's a guy that gets shot like fucking 7 times in the chest, and then they slowly, like they have such strong willpower that they just slowly just go all the way to like the person who shot them, and the person who shot them just falls to the ground and they don't have any more bullets, and they go, "I'm sorry," and then he's just like and it's just like a really bizarre case of a guy that was shot 7 times slowly just shuffling towards the guy who's completely fine. And the guy who's completely fine is like, "I'm sorry, I'm sorry," and the guy who's just got shot is just like, and then the main character runs out of the room, and then the door's closing, and you just hear a scream from the guy on the floor, just screaming, and the door wasn't even closed. So I'm just like, I like to think that that guy literally ripped his head off. He was super injured. Don't worry about that. He totally did it. He literally just went over there and just popped it right off. And then he did the same with all the arms and shit. And I like that. I like to think that that's what happened. And I like to think that that's what happened with Amos too. Amos just literally went up to Murtry. He didn't punch him. He just grabbed him by the head and just ripped it off. And then he just played soccer with it for a while. Do you know? I like to think that that's actually what happened. So that's my headcanon for this. If the show doesn't go into detail, that is what happened on my headcanon. Anyway, so anything else worth talking about? Like, I can't believe how right I was when I said previous episode, like, we're just gonna solve the Rosie shit immediately, and there you go. I thought that I was dumb for saying that later because I was like, well, no, the entire planet is lighted up, so something crazy is gonna happen. But it's like, no, we actually did spend the entire episode solving like every plot line that wasn't the Rosie Cruz plotline. Like all of it. Yeah, because we went back to Gunny, we solved Gunny, we developed Gunny, solved Gunny, and then we went to Christian, we developed Christian, and we solved Christian, and then we went to Ashford and Marconaris, and we developed that, and we solved that, and that was the end singer. Like, the Rosie crew, like, the previous episode was the real finale for the main cast. This episode was the finale for the supporting cast. And I understand that it's like every different character is almost like a main character, but they're never gonna be the Rosie crew main character, right? That is the actual main cast, right? Anyway, so I think that's it. Is there anything else we're talking about? I think that's pretty much it. Yeah, this discussion has been 38 minutes long, so I suppose, yeah. So that's it for the Expanse season 4. Final thoughts I want to say. Previous episode was probably the best episode of the show in general. Previous episode was fucking dope. This episode, less so. But I figure previous episode, I said this episode was probably not going to be as good as previous. I still enjoyed it. We closed off so many things. There was a lot of like characters and shit we had to pay attention to this season. Don't like that. But still, it was good. If I had to like rank my seasons, well, fuck, if I had to rank the books, it would be 3, 1, 4, 2 maybe, or 3, 4, 1, 2. I'm not sure. 3 would be the best one according to me, and I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't feel that way maybe if it hadn't been 6 episodes. If it was longer, it probably would be worse. But I really did enjoy Abaddon's Gate. Cibola Burn's pretty good. And I do enjoy it a lot alongside, what was the name? Leviathan Wakes. That was the first one, right? So the second book is definitely the worst one for me, still. Because it's just like we're focusing on like this like child soldier protomolecule fucking Jeff Bezos bloodline. I didn't care much for that. Abaddon's Gate was so frantic that I enjoyed it, but it was so frantic because it was so fast paced because we didn't have time. I enjoyed this season. I enjoyed Cibola Burn. We went to a different planet. It was alien. It was crazy. It was dumb. Previous episode was like the best episode ever. Stakes were high. Burn Gorman was there. It was dope. Like it's still like one of my highlights of the show to just be watching it and be like, that fucking Owen. What's he doing here? What's fucking Owen doing here? Yeah, like I went through like 3 episodes of Torchwood like a couple weeks ago where it was the Owen trilogy. Like Owen was the most important character, and I was just like, why is Owen so prevalent right now in my life? What is Burn Gorman doing in my life? But yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'm just trying to think about what shit to say about Expanse because this is like a goodbye. But not really, because like we're gonna go back to this in like a month and a half, yeah. 2 months? I don't know. I suppose it would be more like 2 months or a month and a half. Yeah, whatever. So we're gonna be back to the Expanse on like January. So stay tuned for that. And by the way, if you see that the Dark Season 3 finale aired, that means that the Expanse Season 5 Episode 1 should be up on my Patreon. So, if you are really desperate to watch that, and you're not watching Dark, but you see that the Dark finale went up, the Expanse is probably up on Patreon by that point. So, keep that in mind. And if you are interested in Dark Season 3 Episode 1 should be up on my Patreon right now. So, I suppose that's it. I suppose that's it for this blog. Yeah. Thank you for being here. The Expanse has been great. I don't feel like I should say goodbye. I feel like I should say that on like season 5, right? Because we're gonna go on a fucking long ass hiatus until season 6 and airs probably. But season 5 is just gonna be up in like a month and a half. So it's not really goodbye. It's just like, see you in a while. See you in a bit, guys. But yeah, thank you for being here through my Expanse journey. It's been a fun one. I do enjoy just talking about The Expanse with people in the comments and shit. I suppose I wanted to say I can just say anything about The Expanse because I'm caught up, but the reality is that there are books. The books have been out there for a while, which means that there's a lot of spoilers still around. So I'm still gonna distance myself from The Expanse. I'm sorry. Like, I tried to distance myself from whatever show and people talking about said show in order to just not spoil myself. Because even if I read like a minor thing that might not be a spoiler, my brain can fill in the blanks and still it can ruin surprises for me. So I tried to distance myself as much as I can from any material in order to not spoil myself. But The Expanse, there are books, which means that I cannot just talk about it with anyone still. So no like Twitter accounts that I have to follow, no like Discord servers or whatever. I'm just gonna distance myself from it until, I suppose, until forever, until we're finally caught up. But by the time that happens, like it's all gonna be over. Unless the show comes at the same time as like the final like book, right? Like the final episode, the final book drop at the same time, you know, some Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood shit, or the show could just get ahead of the book, like fucking Game of Thrones. But we saw how that turned out, so let's not do that. But yeah, The Expanse, it was good. It was really good. I'll see you, if you want dark, next week. If you don't, then in January. But yeah, thank you for being here. Alright everyone, thank you so much for watching this reaction episode to The Expanse. If you would like to see Dark Season 3 Episode 1, should already be up on Patreon. But full length for all of The Expanse is up on Patreon right now, by the way. You can watch full episodes with me. If you want to see Expanse Season 5 Episode 1, wait until January, but check Patreon for that if you want to get it a week earlier too. But yeah, thank you so much for being here. Links in the description, all that, and see you next time. Okay? Goodbye.